good, guys? Back again for some more Patreon requests, guys. Again, I want to make sure everybody understands that if don't feel that I'm neglecting your request. Most of the time I go with the easier ones first, especially like the top list or something like that, because those are kind of easier to do. That whenever I need to do like a what if story or something like that, that's where my creative juices flow, and I really take my time with those. So please don't think that I'm not doing your request because I haven't forgotten. Trust me, I get to everybody's request. Don't worry. But today, guys, I'm not knocking out another request. This one comes from Son of Light VX, another one of my alpha level tier members, the big time tier. At that level, you are able to request anything of 4 videos. I will do it. Doesn't matter what it is, I will do it. And Son of Light, he wanted me to do this. Was interesting because I am a connoisseur when it comes to animated cartoons and things like that. I love cartoons, still love them to this day. And what he wanted me to do was what is my top 5. So we got a top 5 list. Top 5 favorite cartoons that was based off of a film or a movie. So basically, before the cartoon came out, there was a film before it. So I put this list together. This was really easy for me to do. But yeah, this should be fun. I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'd love to hear what some of your favorite cartoons that were based over films. So sit back, relax, enjoy. Son of Light, this is for you, bro. Here we go. So we're gonna kick it off with number 1 on the list, and nobody should be shocked that it's number 1. But we're talking about real Ghostbusters. You got to remember, guys, I'm a child of the 80s, so when this was out, I watched every season up until they ended in the late 90s or the early 90s. The first Ghostbusters movie came out in '84. Now, before this show came out, there was another Ghostbusters cartoon that was under Filmation, the same people that did Brave Star and He-Man and the Master of the Universe. So they really had to distinguish themselves from, Ghostbusters. They couldn't call it Ghostbusters, so they called it the real Ghostbusters. Now, I watched the original. I didn't mind it. If you've never seen it, you can type it up on YouTube. You'll probably find the intro. It's called Ghostbusters, and the song, Let's Go Ghostbusters. It was different, and it was 3 guys. And one wasn't even a guy. One was a gorilla, and he was the smartest one out of all of them. So just to let you guys know. But the real Ghostbusters was my show. That was my shit. I love this show. It had all the characters from Egon to Winston to Ray and Peter. Slimer was a big part of this. Slimer got so big from this show. He got so popular that later on, the later seasons of the show became Slimer and the Real Ghostbusters. They flipped the title, and of course, remember our ecto coolers and good times. But yeah, I love Real Ghostbusters. It's so much fun. I think they air it now. I think they have if you have like Amazon Prime, you can watch all the episodes. It was just a really fun show. It went deeper into the movies. So if you think about it, so basically they basically acknowledged that it came out after the first movie. So there is an episode where they talk about, facing Zool and all that. But outside of that, it stayed true to the source, and it was great. Arsenio Hall he voiced Winston in the show. Things like that. So it was, and I'm forgetting the actor, the voice actor, but he's known for voicing Garfield, the original. That's my favorite Garfield. But yeah, Ghostbusters was great. It was a really good show. I loved it. It's so much fun. I might watch it after. It was great. Who doesn't love Ghostbusters? Come on. If you don't, get out of here. Number 2 on the list, Godzilla. Now, you gotta be specific when you talk about Godzilla, because there was a Godzilla cartoon back in the 70s called Godzilla, and he followed like this family, and they had like a signal to call him, and he busts out of the water. It was under Hanna-Barbera, and of course Godzuki was in it, all that other stuff. But I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the Godzilla cartoon from Fox that came out after the 1999 movie. This was much better than the movie, the 99 movie. This cartoon actually felt more like Godzilla, but it was a direct sequel from the first movie. Remember, at the end of the movie, there was one egg that was still left in Madison Square Garden, because that's where he laid all his eggs. Remember, there was one, and they actually find that egg, and Nick Totopoulos, when he finds the egg, the baby Godzilla busts out of the egg, but I guess the amniotic fluid got on him, and so when the baby Godzilla smelt him, it smelled like, so he now mistakens Nick for being like his mama or his father or whatever. So, and he grew real quick. So, but it was a good show. It basically showcased, that Godzilla would follow Nick wherever they went. They would go around the world and fight other kaijus and stuff like that. I remember they went to Japan and they fought, I think it was a giant scorpion or a giant bee or a spider. I forget what it was, but it was great. It was a fun show. I loved it. The intro was badass. I think this was another show that was produced by Jeff Kline. Jeff Kline does a lot of cartoons that are based off of movies and stuff. And so yeah, it was really good. I loved it. It was fun. You could find it too. It was dope. The intro was great too. I loved it. Number 3 on the list, Men in Black. Now, the Men in Black cartoon was another show that came on. I believe it came on the WB, Kids WB, Saturday morning. It was a Saturday morning cartoon, and I forget how long it ran for. I think it ran for 2 seasons, 3 seasons. But a lot of people forget that Men in Black was based off a comic. It was under Malibu Comics, which Marvel owns. I think they still own it. But this was based similar off the movie with Tommy Lee Jones and Will Smith. So we just watched, the team do their thing. This I guess this was supposed to be like a direct sequel, or it was a what if, because in this series K never got neuralized. He was still with Jay. Because I remember, it didn't come out. It came out after the first movie, but it was fun. It was another fun show that I really enjoyed. Even Zed and Laura, Agent L, she was in it. The worms were fun. I remember Jay. The noisy cricket he would carry. He put like a scope, a silencer on it, so the kickback wouldn't knock him back. It was pretty funny. One of my favorite episodes is when the team got superpowers. That was fun. I love that episode. Like, I think Jay had super speed. Kay had like super strength and like rock skin, like the Thing. I forgot what Elle had. I forgot what she had, but it was fun. It was a good show, and of course, who doesn't love that intro? I just love that. That was a good show. That intro is badass. And that was another one. I think Jeff Kline, he was a part of it. I believe it's Jeff Kline. Correct me on that, guys. But Men in Black, the animated series, was great. I enjoyed that too. Number 4 on the list, Beetlejuice. Yeah. Beetlejuice, the animated series, which was produced and by Tim Burton. They made a animated series back in the late 80s, and it ran from the 1989, I believe, into the early 90s. I love the series. It was another Saturday morning cartoon. Up here in New York, it used to come on ABC, on the ABC channel, which in New York it's channel 7. So it used to come on ABC, and I used to watch it all the time. It was different from the movie. In the movie, it was in the show, Lydia and Beetlejuice were friends, and he would take her to like the ghost world, and they would have adventures, and you would meet other characters from his realm. He tried to sound like, Mr. Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice. So, he would talk, yeah, babe, like, Lydia, hey, babe. Like, it was just, he tried to sound like Michael Keaton, but you could tell it wasn't. Like I said, him and Lydia were friends. It wasn't like they were like how they were in the movie. And every time Lydia would go to the ghost world or so, she would, this like red cloak would come on her. Like, I don't know what it was. It was just a red cloak, and it looked like she cut off a piece of Spider-Man's costume and made a poncho out of it. That's how it was. But the intro was great too. I love the intro. I think it ran for 2 or 5 seasons. I can't remember, but it was fun. You can find it on YouTube. It was a great show. It was just, Beetlejuice. It would come on, Beetlejuice, and Beetlejuice start laughing all loud, and then it's showtime, and then the intro. I miss intros in cartoons, man. They were great. But yes, Beetlejuice, the animated series was great. It was fun, a lot of fun. And the last one on the list actually is another classic. It's one of my favorite movie franchises. It's one of my favorite movies of all time. The Back to the Future, the animated series. Yes, there was an animated series of Back to the Future. It came out after the 3rd movie. And it, Bob Gale, he wrote the series, and he wrote the cartoon series too. He said that it was in an alternate universe. It wasn't in the same universe as the films. So he basically said that it was an alternate world. But in this world, basically, it would start out being, when the show would come on, you would see Christopher Lloyd as Doc live action, and then it would go into the animated feature, and he still voiced Doc, and him and Marty and his wife Clara, and their sons Jules and Vern, they would go on adventures. And in this, the DeLorean was still around. It didn't get destroyed. So that's why I said Bob Gale said it was an alternate universe. It only lasted for 2 seasons because they cited it because the ratings were low. I think it was on CBS, if I remember. Yeah. Again, when CBS used to show Saturday morning cartoons, this was on that. But at the time, it didn't last very long. But I do remember it, and I did enjoy watching it from time to time. I watched it all. I think it didn't last. I think it only had like 25 episodes. Sad, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. And they even had it actually had the Huey Lewis song, "Take Me Away, I Don't Mind." Yeah, they had that song, so it would play dun 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 dun, and you see everything. It was great. It was fun. But yeah, the Back to the Future animated series was fun. Well, there you guys have it. First and foremost, I want to thank Son of Light. This brought back a lot of memories. And I love when I get to do stuff like this. It brings back memories of my childhood or things I used to watch, and I love when you guys do that. Had a lot of fun putting this together. But yeah, there's other animated series that were based on movies that I enjoyed, like the Black Dynamite animated series. I enjoyed that. I wasn't the biggest fan of the RoboCop or the Rambo. I like the Bill and Ted. I like the Mask. The Ace Ventura was okay. And I did like the crossover that they did with Ace Ventura and the Mask. That was fun. And what was another one I can add there? Honorable mention. Uh, Police Academy. Yeah, I love the Police Academy animated series. That was fun. But yeah, those are some honorable mentions. But yes, thank you, Son of Light. I appreciate it very much. Hope you guys enjoyed this list. I will be get back to doing another request before I come full circle and go back to Tom. Like I told him, like since he was the first of 2025, then I always go back to his request after every 5 requests. Yeah, so we did this is the 3rd one of 2025. I got 2 more before I go back to his next request. But outside of that, guys, hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you guys next time. Deuces.